So in week one, I talked a little bit about my two film choices, which were The Patriot and Hacksaw Ridge. And I thought about, well, they fall into the war movie genre. And so I asked myself, well, what do all war films have in common? Well, typically they have a hero, they have an enemy, they have a major battle, but they also usually typically have some sort of loss, and there's always some sort of triumphant act of selflessness. So in my brain, thinking about these two movies in particular and what they have in common, besides Mel Gibson, I decided that my tropes were going to be a hero, Benjamin Martin and Desmond Dawes, loss, and a triumphant act of sacrifice or of selflessness at the end. So I've decided to start developing my thesis, and your thesis is going to link movie A to movie B, and it's going to usually highlight similarities or differences. Okay, so what I've come up with is, while The Patriot and Hacksaw Ridge depict two different wars, both films utilize generic tropes to suggest perseverance is the meaning of heroism. Now, you notice I don't list my three tropes in my thesis statement. You don't have to do that. They just have to be somewhere in your introduction. See the how-to portion of the notes this week to hear more about the introductions and where to put what. But that's my thesis statement. And remember, thesis statements have to have three things: a topic, a stance, and a so what. So obviously my topic is The Patriot and Hacksaw Ridge, right? Those are my two films. What's my stance? Well, my stance is usually some sort of observation, something that my readers will readily accept, which is that they utilize these generic tropes. Well, what's my so what? What's my analysis? What's my take? What's my interpretation? Well, that these generic tropes develop the theme or suggest the theme that perseverance is the meaning of heroism. Does that make sense? So take a look at your two films, come up with the similarities, the differences, what tropes you want to use, and how you want to develop that into a thesis statement. And please, as always, let me know if you have any questions.